brought onto our property. Contractors shall provide training to anyone who may become exposed to any hazardous substances brought into the plant. Should you encounter any asbestos or asbestos-containing materials, do not disturb it. Notify us immediately. Machine guards and other safety devices are provided for your protection. Don't remove any guards except to make repairs, lubricate, or clean, and then only if you are authorized and if all steps of the equipment's written lockout, tagout, tryout procedure have been completed. Replace all guards before starting machinery. Normal plant operations will probably be going on during your work at the plant. Our employees and those of their contractors will be moving about your work area. Protect them by putting up signs and erecting barricades around such dangerous areas as demolition, excavations, and overhead work. Place signs warning of the danger of falling objects. A preliminary risk assessment must be performed prior to putting up barricade tape. If the potential severity is low or medium, yellow caution tape should be used as a warning. The employee installing the tape must fill out a placard communicating the hazards involved and place on all four sides of the hazard where applicable. The yellow caution tape may not be crossed by anyone until they read the placard and understand hazards in the area behind the tape. An attendant may be used depending on the hazard present. If the potential severity is high, red danger tape must be used due to the imminent danger in the area. The employee installing the red tape must fill out a placard communicating the hazards involved and place on all four sides of the hazard where applicable. No one except the authorized personnel on the placard is allowed to cross the red tape. Crossing red tape unauthorized is a violation of a lockout, tagout, tryout cardinal rule. Don't leave tools, equipment, or loose objects when working overhead so that they fall. Contractors' employees shall not go onto roofs without our approval. All ladders and scaffolds must conform to all state, federal, and provincial regulations. If you are unsure, review the regulations before erecting or climbing on any ladder or scaffold. Only ladders constructed of a non-conducting material such as fiberglass may be used. Wooden and aluminum ladders should not be brought onto the property. Do not use a damaged ladder, and never use a step ladder as a straight ladder, ever. Avoid overhead power sources such as power lines or collector rails. If you plan to work on a ladder above 4 feet, proper fall protection should be used. Do not carry anything in your hands when ascending or descending a ladder. Makeshift or defective scaffolds shall not be used. If a scaffold is required to perform your duties, ask your supervisor to see that the approved scaffold is erected and inspected. All scaffolds must be inspected, installed, and tagged by a trained, competent person. Use oxygen, air, or other compressed gases only for the jobs for which they are intended. Do not clean your clothes with oxygen, air, or other compressed gas. Do not direct these towards anyone. Always replace the caps on full or empty cylinders of oxygen, air, or other compressed gas after the regulators have been removed. Store all compressed gas cylinders in racks or tie them securely to a strong support in a vertical position. Gas and oxidizers must be stored separately or separated by an appropriately rated firewall. Horseplay is absolutely not tolerated in the plant. Do not climb on the equipment or even go exploring the plant. Our melt shops have areas that are restricted, demarcated, as red zones due to the potential for molten metal hazards. Please stay clear of the areas unless your work is within the zones. If you are working in the red zone and there is a molten metal emergency, you will hear an evacuation alarm. Clear the area. Do not walk to the path of the furnace and leave the area immediately and evacuate the melt shop to the predefined location. If you are working in any excavation, take precautions to prevent cave-in. Be sure to adhere to any applicable shoring, sloping, or benching requirements. Check on manholes or underground pits for gas before entering. Always follow Gerdau's confined space guidelines. Don't excavate in the vicinity of electrical, sewer, water, or gas lines or railroad tracks unless approved by Gerdau. Protect open manholes, catch basins, pits, and excavations with adequate barricades and warning systems for OSHA regulations. Unless you've been authorized by your Gerdau contact person, do not make any connection to operating electrical, gas, oxygen, water, pneumatic, hydraulic, or process lines. Do not turn on or turn off any of these utility lines except in an imminent danger situation. In general, Gerdau is committed to 1. Protecting the environment, and 2. Abiding by all applicable rules and regulations. Whatever work you undertake while on site must be in accordance with this commitment. Gerdau provides adequate resources and personnel to ensure our commitment to environmental compliance and to our customers through this type of communication and continuous improvement. Gerdau is committed to protecting the environment from any damage as a result of operations of the facility. Do not bring anything into the plant or remove anything from the plant unless specifically approved by your Gerdau contact person. No chemicals shall be brought on site without consent of the Gerdau